What's up, all my Ewoks, trolls, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as thatstarwarsgirl, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about She-Hulk. Now, I did a video on this yesterday about how the actress from She-Hulk that plays Titania went off on people on Twitter and had a complete meltdown. That video will be linked down below in the description of this video. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. But of course, Access Media got whiff of this whole thing, and of course they twist it to make her the innocent victim in the entire situation. So we're going to be talking about that today. But guys, before we get into that, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Banned here on YouTube, so every single like, share, comment really helps out my channel fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. And if you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash that subscribe button or ring that bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the topic. So I was going through Google and like just looking up what was going on with She-Hulk, if there was any news, because usually right before the next episode comes out, they release some kind of spoiler for it. So I was just checking up to see if there was anything released yet. And this was the first article that popped up and says She-Hulk star Jamil. I have no idea how to say her name. I feel so bad about that. I'm just going to call her Jay. Or I guess I could call her JJ since that's her first and last name. Or I could just call her Titania. So I'm just going to call her Titania because that's the character that she plays. Calls out hostile viewers who slam the show. It doesn't appeal to everyone. Gosh, they make her sound like Brie Larson. So I was like, oh, of course they are spinning this. And also, guys, since I have made my last video, the tweets that she did that was engaging with people have been deleted. So, I mean, talk about covering, you know, covering your footprints, right? But like I said, guys, I did do a video on this already. It is up on my channel and it is linked down below in the description of this video. If you guys haven't watched it, I would highly recommend checking it out so that way you guys can get a little bit more background on the situation. But let's check out this article from The Hollywood Reporter, which of course it's from The Hollywood Reporter. Okay, the actress has responded to a wide range of feedback about Disney Plus's She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which is midway through its first season. No, it's way past midway. It's way fucking past midway. There's 7 episodes out now of a 9-episode season. I mean, you got 2 episodes left, so midway, really? Oh my gosh, come on, people. Well, how much you want to bet the people that are writing this don't even know that? The actress who plays the antagonist Titania on Disney Plus series that stars Tatiana Mansley in the role has engaged fans in discourse surrounding the Marvel comedy since it launched in August. To be a comedy, you have to be funny. There's nothing funny about this show. On Saturday, she posted a video to Twitter of herself casually eating McDonald's fries in character at New York City's Times Square, adding the caption, "Waiting for the final episode of She-Hulk like," and that's the one of her in her green dress that is featured in my last video. When a male Twitter user implied that he wasn't waiting for the final, Jamil responded, "LOL, why are so many men upset? Are you all okay?" And I believe this is one of the tweets that has been deleted. So it's funny to assume that, you know, so many men are upset about it. It's like, way to ignore all of the women that have been calling out this bullshit show from the beginning. And they want to say that the fans are misogynistic. Anytime a woman has any kind of criticism about anything, I know firsthand, you get dismissed instantly. You say that, oh, you're what, a pick-me girl that's only trying to please boys. It's like women aren't allowed to actually have opinions on things that go against their narrative. You want to talk about sexism, that's it right there. So assuming that it's just men that are upset by this show, I mean, look in a mirror for when you want to cry on misogyny and sexism. You're literally doing that. The next day, she doubled down with her support for the show by tweeting in part that She-Hulk didn't stick to any old formula, and we still made it to #1 in the ratings, and we had a blast making it. No, they didn't. They never made it to #1. Maybe in her own make-believe ratings they did, but not in reality. On Monday, she followed that up with, "To be clear, it is absolutely fine if you personally don't like She-Hulk. I know it doesn't appeal to everyone. Some people fucking love it. Yeah, the people that are making money off of it love it. I mean, I'm sure she loves getting a paycheck, which she, you know, said, oh yeah, I got paid. I got to meet people on the red carpet and I got paid. And again, everything I'm talking about was featured in my last video. And I mean, you can go find screenshots of everything that went down, even though she deleted them. The internet is forever. You guys can still go and find those. But we can agree that you don't need to be so hostile when you express your feelings to me. We're all fans. Let's talk nicely. And it's like, well, didn't you bring in, like, weren't you the first one that made the attack on like men just because a guy commented that he, you know, wasn't looking forward to it and was just giving his honest opinion? I mean, practice what you preach. I just realized like half of this was off camera. I apologize. Let me fix this. Okay, all better. When Twitter user pushed at the star to clarify what she meant by hostile responses, Jamal wrote, I was told I'm a diversity hire. I was told I would never work again. I was told we should stop letting women write shows. I was told I looked disgusting. I was told I would only be remembered for being shit. You tell me what was hostile. Are there any receipts for this? No, well, not that I saw. I did see the diversity hire one. I didn't see, but that was more so like the question to her, like, don't you realize that like you're the diversity hire? And you can agree to disagree with that. I'm just saying that that was one that I did see. I didn't see that you would never work again. I never saw the, you know, they should stop letting women write shows. I think that they should stop letting these women write shows. The women that are working on this show should not be allowed to touch these things. If they want to come up with their own characters, their own original stories that have nothing to do with already established characters that were created by someone else, then that's fine. But as far as working on other people's IPs and fucking it up, I do not think that they should be writing this. That's my own personal opinion as a woman, even though you want to say that it's only men that are getting upset. Don't disregard things that women say as well. I think that's kind of fucked up. Okay, I was told I look disgusting. I don't think she looks disgusting. I think that, honestly, I get the impression that she's very pretty, but I think that they put way too much makeup on her, and I don't get what's up with the bangs. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hiding, like, how pretty she is. But sometimes I've noticed that when you have a lead actress and you have, you know, a supporting actress, but you want the lead actress to kind of get more of the attention, they kind of dress down or like, I guess put clown makeup on, kind of like what they're doing with her, because she is, I mean, I think the girl that plays She-Hulk, I don't think that she's bad looking in any way, shape, or form. I think she's very pleasant looking, and her personality definitely adds to her like appeal. But I don't know. I think like the clown makeup that she has, like just caked on, I think it's a little much. But I get it. She's the villain, and then the bangs. Like, I mean, why can't we see her face? Like, that's not, I feel kind of claustrophobic. Like, there's just, the wig is too much, the makeup is too much, but that's the look that they're going for. So I mean, they established that if that was the look that they were going for. But I mean, I don't think she looks disgusting. I just think it looks too much. And that's just my opinion. I didn't see anyone saying that she looked disgusting, but it's Twitter, so I wouldn't be surprised. I was told I would only be remembered for being shit. You tell me what is hostile. Well, I mean, I think there's hostility on both sides of it. Last month, Jamil spoke to the Hollywood Reporter about releasing her night out, in which she attended Kourtney Kardashian's boho fashion show in character and ended up at McDonald's. I went to the official party, and she said, I partied with Dixie D'Amelio. I don't know who that is. I went to Times Square. I got on the big iconic red staircase and posed up a storm. I went to McDonald's, all still in this costume. Additionally, she told the Hollywood Reporter at Comic-Con in July that despite having previously responded to criticism regarding the wig that she was wearing, hey, that's kind of like what I just said, for the character, she doesn't begrudge Marvel fans for speaking their minds. I'm on their side, she said at the time, and so I have never never mind any criticism or feedback. The first season of Disney Plus's She-Hulk, blah blah blah. Well, I mean, she obviously obviously does get bothered by it, and she does mind because she was engaging pretty hard. And the fact that she went back and deleted the tweets either tells me, one, she was having some kind of emotional outburst, and that's why she said the things that she did, and then she was embarrassed by it, or two, she, you know, is getting bad PR and she needed to go delete it, and there is no, you know, regret or any kind of like emotional tie to what she said. She just had to delete it because probably your publicist said so. Now, as far as the whole situation, I just think that it's kind of a double standard the way that the access media decides to run these things, because I mean, one of my biggest pet peeve is when you don't show your receipts and you don't show any evidence to back up what you're saying. Like, that article should have had all of the screenshots of all of those tweets. And I mean, because at that point you're asking people that are reading your article to take everything that you're saying at face value instead of actually having your, you know, site or your work cited and stuff like that. I think that, like, that's just a personal irritation on my part, because you're asking a stranger to take your word for it, and I don't know the person that wrote the article. If I hadn't seen everything go down for myself, and take in mind, like I said in my last video, I was blocked by like 90% of the people interacting on that tweet. So I had to go through my art account and kind of look at it. I didn't even know about the situation until I was on a stream with my friends and they were telling me about it. And I saw more from like them sharing their screen and going through than I did on my own Twitter account. So again, it's like, and when my friends were telling me about it, they had it up and they were showing me as they were like talking about this situation. So I think it's important when you're writing articles like that and making accusations and, you know, want people to get behind like, oh, she was being treated meanly. It's like, okay, well, show that, show the receipts. If you're not comfortable showing, you know, people's names, well, I mean, they kind of put it out there. They publicly stated that on Twitter. Share those receipts and screenshots. There's plenty of articles that, you know, will actually superimpose and like link the tweet so and you can click on them and you can go to them, or, you know, just post screenshots and blur out people's names if you're worried about, you know, I mean, you shouldn't be worried about misrepresenting something, especially when you have it right in front of you. But if you're going to write, you know, a very biased article and you're going to paint people in a certain light, then you probably do want to blur out people's names so that way, you know, they don't, you know, call you out for slander. But in this case, it's just based on that article, it's a he said, she said. But if you actually went and you looked at it before a lot of these tweets got deleted, you could see it for what it was. I personally think there was some kind of an emotional outburst, like something that she saw triggered her in some way and it struck a nerve and she responded, and then she kind of just went down the rabbit hole. Maybe she's upset by something. Maybe it's that emotional thing where it's like, oh, the show is coming to an end. I don't know what's going on in her life. I hope everything is okay. And, you know, she was bragging about how happy she was. Usually that's a sign that there is something going on, which is unfortunate. You would think a extremely famous millionaire person that has everything that they claim that they want would be happy and wouldn't be fighting with people on Twitter, but that's obviously not the case. So in my opinion, there seems to be more to the story, not that we're ever going to know. And hopefully she doesn't go and like have a meltdown and share all that on Twitter, because that seems like that's something that's her own personal business. And that, I kind of think it is what I was saying. I think she had an emotional outburst and she was interacting and she realized that she had an emotional outburst, and then her PR person probably told her that she needed to delete it, because if it was something that was like that they could use like they are in this article, like, oh my gosh, she's the victim, da 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 da. But I think she might have felt that she was in the wrong, and her PR people probably thought that, hey, this is bad for PR, like, let's take this down. And that's kind of my perception of it as far as like what I did see before things were deleted. And like I said, I already did a video on this. You guys can go watch that, you know, after everything went down. And there is more to the story, and there's been other YouTubers that have covered this. I would recommend watching their videos as well. I'll link my friend Flash's video down below in the description. I showed his one of his videos in my last video, but I'll link his like more in-depth one down below as well. And he got a lot of the screenshots. Well, he got it all when it was still up, so you guys can go check that out there. But I just hate the way that the bias in media and how they like to portray things, because I mean, that guy was just expressing his opinion and she decided to respond and then continue to respond, and it blew up into this big situation. But she's in no way, shape, or form the victim of this. She was equally part of it, just like everyone else that interacted with her was. So that's my 2 cents on the situation. But guys, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comment section. If you guys liked this video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. I know I tend to get long-winded and ramble, but this is just my 2 cents on things, and I appreciate every single one of you that, comes back every time for a new video and enjoys that kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button or ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And like I said before, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Banned here on YouTube because they don't like it when you have opinions and say things that go against their narrative. So they shadow ban channels like mine. So the way to fight that is every single like, share, comment really helps with the interaction, and telling the YouTube algorithm that people like this content, people want to see this content, and that's, the liking, the sharing, the commenting, that interaction really helps, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you. And with that all being said, guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your night, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really going to need it. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much again for supporting my channel and my content. And if you guys would like to support me further, my cosplay calendar, my gamer edition cosplay calendar, is live still now on Indiegogo for a limited time only. We were very successful in the campaign, and we are currently in demand. In demand is only going to be up for a limited time only, so be sure to go check it out before we take this down. And guys, once again, thank you so much for this. If you guys want to go and back this campaign, the link is down below in the description of this video, and make sure that you guys check it regularly because I do add updates on there and more photos are coming soon. So thank you, guys.